The new Vertix 2 drops a bombshell of features into their lineup, including full-color topographic mapping, music playback, dual GNSS functionality, the first sports fitness watch with it, ACG functionality, longer battery life, and Insta360 and GoPro 10 action cam controls. Plus a larger screen, titanium alloy bezel case, and even Wi-Fi. But all that's gonna cost you. The price comes in at $699. There's a boatload of new features in this watch, but there's also a lot of caveats with many of these features. Maps have been added, both topo and regular maps, available for anywhere on Earth, downloadable free from Coros site via computer. Music have been added, supports MP3 files being loaded on the watch via USB cable for playback with Bluetooth headphones. Added dual GNSS functionality. Basically, this means dual frequency GPS, the higher type of consumer GPS available accuracy-wise. Added ACG functionality. While it technically has the underlying tech to pull off an ACG, it's actually not taking an ACG, as it doesn't record that data anywhere. In other words, it just gives you a pretty screensaver that looks like an ACG for 60 seconds. Instead, it takes that time to theoretically record an HRV value that shows some stress level or something like that. This new optical HR sensor. They revamped the optical HR sensor inside of it as part of adding the ACG sensor. The optical HR sensor package also covers SpO2 pulse oximeter, which we've seen before in the original Coros Vertix. They have been added Insta360 and GoPro 10 action cam control. You can control your 1X2 and 1R from the watch now. They'll add support for the Insta360 Go 2 in a later update. How nice if they had support for GoPro 9 too. Increased battery life up to 140 hours in regular GPS mode, 240 hours in ultra tracking mode, and 50 hours in dual GNSS mode. Also up to 60 days of battery life. They have been added Wi-Fi support. At present, this is just used for firmware updates, but Coros says that they'll expand this later. Internal storage of 32 gigabytes. This simply means more space for maps and music. They have been shifted away from Sony GPS chipset. Coros won't state who the GPS chipset is now, other than confirming it's no longer Sony. Removed UNPlus sensor support. Simply put, there's no more UNPlus support in the device anymore, either sensor for broadcasting data over UNPlus, like Hertz or something. About maps. Yes, there are maps, but there's no turn-by-turn navigation in any manner, nor any street, trail, lake, mountain names on the map. No labels at all except elevation from the topo maps. About the music on Coros, it's all about uploading your own MP3 files to your device via your computer. No music services here yet. While this isn't a problem for some, as it isn't for me, as I don't listen to music when I run, but for most people in 2021, it's a shortcoming. It is known that the situation is out of the control of Coros and belongs to the music streaming industry. Coros is not yet big enough for Spotify, for example, to partner with them, but it's still a problem. And then there is this complete removal, which is especially noteworthy for triathletes and cyclists. And plus removal is simple. You can no longer pair with and plus sensor, to put it funny. This is especially notable if you have a smart trainer that you could connect with, as most trainers on the market only have one Bluetooth smart channel, which will likely be used by Zwift or something else. According to Coros, this is a hardware decision they made and therefore not something that can be done. The watch is a touchscreen device with two buttons and a separate digital crown which rotates and can be pressed. All the buttons are on the right side, and on the left side is a port for a barometric altimeter. The touchscreen is mainly used outside of training modes, such as interacting with widgets, but it can be used to move the map, which is actually a pretty useful use. The wheel is mainly used to scroll up and down, but also to zoom in on the map. You can easily change the face of the clock, the forks of course, changing the available patterns quite often in the app. The straps connect with a quick release system with a design virtually identical to Garmin's quick fix system, allowing you to easily swap them out as needed. Now I wanted to give you some details about this HRV value, which also appears in the app after it has been performed, and if you wish you can track it over time. The value is scaled from 0 to 100 with small snippets of text. Here is the official scale from the Coros guide. Between 81 and 100 you are superior, relaxed. Between 51 and 80 you are high, under minor physical or mental pressure. To joke a bit, you are high. Between 21 and 50 you are under average physical or mental pressure. This sucks. And between 1 and 20 you are pretty fucked, under significant physical or mental pressure. If you scroll down using the digital mark, you'll find all the new widgets. Basically, this way you can see the data of 3 widgets at the same time. Here we have all the widgets, step count, altimeter data, from sleep to recovery data. On most data, you can open a screen with more detailed information about that data measurement. For example, you can see the sleep one here, and then the sleep data expands. You can see some statistics on your running performance based on the accumulated data, as you can see here. Some probable time for 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon respectively. So much for today. Thank you very much for watching and Happy New Year!